Hello guys, just before the video starts, I want to let you know that I have just started a Telegram page. I'm going to link a link to it in the description down below. All I do there is I post my daily tips, so that if that is something that you're interested in, please feel free to join down below. So in today's video, I got a really sweet topic to discuss, and that is fixed matches. For those who don't know what a fixed match is, go over to Google, quickly Google it before you watch this video so you have a basic understanding of what it is. And what I'm going to do in this video, I'm going to actually describe and talk about if these fixed matches do exist, if they do exist, how you can get onto them, and if they do not exist, how to make sure that you don't get scammed on Facebook by scammers. So the first thing I want you guys to know right from the get-go is the fact that fixed matches do actually exist. However, when it comes to fixed matches, only people in political and sports power will know about them. For example, the pure good examples of fixed matches are the ones that Juventus were involved, Marseille, and I think one of the other main ones are Stade Liège over in Belgium. These fixed games are known because the presidents for those teams have decided to do it and they told their players what to do. Random people, such as those who pop up in Facebook groups saying that they know fixed games, they are actually lying to you. They do not have that power to know what is an outcome of those games. Another important aspect that you have to understand as well is that many clubs are now very reluctant to cheat and fix football matches. For example, when we look at Juventus and what they've done quite a few years ago, you can see that when they got caught out for it, they had to serve some severe punishments. And if a team does something like this again, now they will be in some serious financial consequences because their sponsors will leave for sure. They will not attract the top players, and simply fans will not want to support the team anymore. So no teams nowadays actually want to cheat and fix the games. So to sort of conclude this part of the video, I want to let you guys know that fixed games do exist. However, no one actually knows about them unless you're the president of the football club or someone like Sepp Blatter who's in power in football and have some sort of power where they can actually have a say in what needs to be done. So please make sure you don't fall for these tricks that scammers do, where they tell you that there's a fixed football game and that they can predict the score and all those things, because those things are lies and they are simply trying to get your money. Now, what we're going to do in this part is we're going to actually talk to you about how this scam is actually done, and so that you can recognize it and avoid falling for it. So the first thing that actually happens is that someone random would approach you in your DMs or maybe on a post saying that I have a fixed games. They use terms such as sure odds, sure win, guaranteed win, something along those lines to try and make you feel like they know what they're doing, when in fact they're just lying to you and they're saying the same things to hundreds and hundreds of people that they're texting as well. As you can see on the screen here, this is one of the messages that I received. This guy here said that he knows what the score is going to be of this game, and that is a clear lie that I'm going to expose later on in the video. One thing that they used to do back in the day is, and some of them do now, is that they'll ask you to pay for the sure odds. So what they'll do sometimes, they'll send you a bet slip with the game covered. So you'll see the bet slip and that the bet has been placed, and they'll cover the actual selection. They'll say something like, oh, pay me, £15 to unlock this. However, the truth is, if they actually knew what the game is going to be, and why would they really need your £15 for it if you just think about it? So make sure that you don't fall for that. However, the next thing that they actually do now is that they actually don't ask you to pay until the bet wins. And so this is where it gets really interesting. What actually happens here with this new type of approach with a scam is that, for example, let's say this scammer finds 10 people that are interested in one game. What the scam is going to do is that the scam is going to give 10 different potential outcomes to those 10 people. So for example, to person number one, he might give a 0-0 draw. Person number two might get a 1-0 win, and carries on for the 10 people. Now, the likelihood of 1 out of the 10 people to get this correct score is quite likely, because the truth is majority of football games do finish in a 1-0, 1-1, maybe a 2-1 scoreline. So the truth is, it's very likely to happen. Now, what will happen here is that this person will end up blocking the 9 people that got the score wrong and simply make the money of the one person who got it right. Because the truth is, if you put £100 on someone like, let's say, Arsenal to win at 2-1, the likelihood is that you probably made yourself 3, 4, 5, maybe even £600. So what you're going to do now is, because you feel good, because you want so much money, you'll actually transfer some of your winnings to that scammer. And so the scammer's gonna go back to social media and start saying, you know, here's a happy client, you know, message me for these sure bets. And what's gonna happen is he's gonna keep repeating the process over and over again until they either get exposed or they simply realize that, you know, they're liars and they can't make any more money from it. And so now I'm actually gonna show you guys one of the scams attempted on me and how I had a little bit of fun by trolling him and that sort of thing here. So yeah, let's get straight into it. So what actually happened on my example is that I saw a post in one of the Facebook betting chats that this guy knows fixed games, sure odds, all that stuff. And so it said, please like this post if you want me to message you with the game. And I said, you know what, this could make a good video. You know, I could want other people. So I said, you know what, let's go for it. So I liked it. And a couple minutes later, he popped up with a message saying, you know, these two teams 1-1 score. And I said, okay, yep, cool, that's good. Let's, you know, let's try for it. As you can see by the image on your screen right now, he said that the game is going to finish 1-1. He then, after some time, asked me to send a confirmation of my bet slip. And so the reason why they do this is so that they actually know if you placed a bet or not. Because if you have placed a bet and it does for some reason, you know, get a bit lucky and comes in, then he'll be able to say, you know what, look here, you made some money and now you can pay me. This is where it gets really interesting because as you can see on your screen right now, the game actually finished 4-3. And so since this was meant to be a sure game and 100% correct, it somehow finished 4-3 and he lost. So you can firstly see already that he's lying, it's not sure, and this is an attempt at a scam. Me being me, I decided, you know what, this guy wasted my time, so I thought, you know what, let's troll him a little bit. So I started saying, you know, I lost my life savings, blah, 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 you know, and the truth is, this sort of thing actually happens to people. People actually lose their life savings. I've seen people fall for these scams and transfer their life savings to people because, you know, they think that this person, random person from across the world is gonna know about a fixed game in the 3rd division of an Irish league, which is something, you know, they probably don't even know they existed before they found that game. Then, as you can see, he actually went on and said that it's my fault that this bet didn't come in because I didn't send him the bet slip. But how can me not sending a bet slip be my mistake for the game finishing 4-3 and not 1-1? Now, if I placed a £5 bet on a scoreline of 1-1, I would have maybe made 10, 15, maybe £20 profit, which is something that is not worth fixing a match, especially if it's just for me. So once again, this is just a clear example of him trying to scam me. And I think this is where it gets the fun is, as you can see on your screen right now, he actually went over on his Facebook group and posted that this bet won 4-3 and said, big congratulations to those who's won. So as you can see, as I mentioned, these scammers, they message other people with random scorelines and simply hope that one of them comes in and then, you know, congratulates them, whereas the other 10, 20 or 30 people actually just lost out on money and they simply block them. So I hope this guys clears some of the questions that you may have about fixed games. So as you know, fixed games do exist, but trust me, you are nobody unless you're the Sepp Blatter or someone who in power actually knows about it. Don't fall for these scams. Be careful with your money. You're better off, you know, join my Telegram. I post daily tips in there. I don't guarantee that we're gonna win every single bet, but I can guarantee that we will have some fun and we will some bets, and I promise you I will do my best to make sure that we come out on profit at the end of every single month for sure. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment down below. Send me a tweet on my Twitter. I'm going to leave a link to it in the description down below. Please subscribe if you feel like it. Make sure to like the video. But yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see you later on with another episode. Bye bye.